This is, if she's unsure, she'll stop and look. And yeah, she may want to go home, but it doesn't take much more than just telling her she can't. And of course, she gets better after, with more riding, and you know, I haven't done much. Here's another spook. See, there's cows up there, which she's not used to, but she definitely has an interest in them. So as you can see, there's cars in someone's garage. She just wants to look at everything. You can feel in her body language. She's very honest. Kind of tells you, you know, exactly what she's thinking. And we're gonna walk in between this storage container. There we go. There you go. Good girl. I didn't even put boots on. I forgot to put boots on, so I'm riding in tennis shoes, which I never do. So there's also a, I don't know if it's a propane ball or what. So kind of a tight squeeze here. There we go. I'm just squeezing her. Not even kicking. There was a ground squirrel or a rat that just went under there. She saw. There we go. Okay. Relaxed on a loose rein. She walked right through. She just, if she's not sure, okay, now here's a big plastic bag. I'm going to grab some rein just in case. There's a little spook. She's looking at it. I'm going to let her look at it. Just pooping, relaxing a little bit. So we're going to walk past it. Another spook at it. She's a little unsure. But this is her mind here. So there's cows to the left of us and this bag on the right, and she's a little unsure, but there you have it. Very willing. We're going to go back to a loose rein. And we're going to go off to the right here, and on our, oh, there's a tractor. Maybe not. Well, we'll just walk through, I guess, and hopefully there's not too much dust and dirt. There's two tractors. Okay, well, this isn't going as well as I hoped, but we'll see how she is with tractors, because I've never ridden her by one, so good girl. There's a pony up here, or a horse, three horses, I think, up here in this barn. The wind's up, it's in our ears. So we're on a loose rein still, as I like to keep it. All my horses end up on a loose rein. All the youngsters, all the oldsters. We have it's a D-ring, single jointed snaffle with rollers. I hardly ever get on her mouth at all. She doesn't need it really. So there's ground squirrels. I just use leg, and she neck reins really well with super light pressure. She's sensitive, but in a good way. There we go. So sometimes she's a little cautious through here because of all this stuff. But I just let her look. She's better with other horses, but this is how she is alone. Fresh as can be. So there's junk and stuff all over the place. She's just looking, as you can see, walking. She's going to turn and face it, and she wants to go back home, but I'm just going to ask her to come back. Just about anyone could ride this mare. I mean, anyone with confidence, just because she lacks a little bit if she's out on the trail and something's a little scary. But if you're confident and you know what you want to do and where you want her to go, and you ask her kindly and respectfully, she's very willing to acquiesce. She just wants to please. She's just a little unsure, and I can understand that. She has, with regular riding, she'd be better, and especially with regular riding with a rider that, you know, she learns to trust and know and everything, and be way better. But I do not get out to ride anywhere near as much as I should. So up above right here, I don't know if you can see, this is the levee where the ducks like to hang out. I've ended up on my ass out here on a couple of horses, because when they're up on this levee right here, they cannot see the ducks. They can't hear them. They're not quacking or anything. All they know is all of a sudden something is making a bunch of noise and coming out right in their line of sight. So they usually, I've had two of them spook sideways down this this levee, and I ended up having to take a dive because I didn't want to end up with a horse on top of me, because the dirt is only packed on the top and on the bottom here. It's not it was kind of scary because they start to lose their balance on the side here. We're gonna walk over. If I need more than just a light touch of leg, or a squeeze and a cluck, I will, if that doesn't work, I'll back it up with by asking with a rein or a crop. I just have split reins here. I think they're 8 feet. Okay. So we're just gonna go out to here. There's a place I can trot and gallop, canter and gallop out here. So this is just the walking portion, obviously, so that we can get her warmed up and make sure she's listening. I don't really trip off of her. She's really good all the time. I never have issues with her. She's a rare mare. She's a war mare. She really is. I'm gonna kick myself for selling her, but if she has a great home, then what can I do? I'm not planning on really using her, but for one foal if I did. So that's such a waste, and I have other horses that I have to train. She's so good that I don't have to do much with her, and she would benefit from someone who can ride her more regularly. I'd like to ride my youngsters more regularly. I have the 2-year-old who I'm going to start slightly next fall, and then I have the 6-year-old who needs to get back into work. Every time I ride Fiero because she's really uncomplicated, and she just gives me everything every time. It's okay, big girl. So you see those, I don't know if you can see the coiled plastic from Spook, from the, I guess it's the lining from the water system from the corn, and there's tomatoes out here. So it's all bundled up. We can walk by it later, but I want to take her for a trot down here in a canter. So yeah, this is about as bad as it gets. She just wants to look at everything, and she'll usually offer to go forward on her own. I don't have to do much. So she's a little bit, she's tense right now. You can feel it in her body. She moves a little bit more cat-like when she's tense. It's okay, girl. You can see her. She's looking at it still. So I'm not going to ask her to trot or canter, obviously, until she is more settled, which I'm sure she'll lick and chew in a second here. There we go. Big, deep breath. So we don't have a lot of room, so we just have to stay straight because this is all chopped up and it's not good to ride on. None of this is, even though it's just freshly tilled. It's pretty harsh to ride on. I've tried. So we'll just ride on this. This is harder than I like. The dirt is very packed from all the tractors and stuff, but 'tis the season. And this is the only place I have to ride here, really, unless I ride on the road, which she's pretty good on. She hasn't been ridden on the road much, so she would benefit from being ridden with a more seasoned horse on the road, with a lot of the things that she's more cautious about. But this is just as raw as it gets with her, and you can just see the kind of horse she is. And I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just staying out of her way and encouraging her to move forward when she wants to turn back or wants to stop and look at things. But I let her look. I think it's only right to let a worried horse or a horse who sees something that's causing them to be cautious. I think it's only right to allow them to look at it, honestly, because they react better. If you just push them past it, they're going to start shying from things. And she's never really shied. She always turns and looks. And once she conquers her fear, man, she'll run up to it and attack it. I mean, she's a go-getter. She's a cool horse. I'm loath to sell her, but I have too dang many, and I need others. I have others that need more work. She's trying to go up here. I don't know why. It's the tractor or the big pieces of dirt. So it just takes a light touch to kind of bring her back if she starts to have a mind to do something that you don't want to do. I just keep her straight on a loose rein and kind of have her do her own thing. I just prefer it. So in a minute here, I think I'm gonna ask her for a trot. She just licked and chewed. She's done that a few times, but she's more relaxed now. So we're gonna trot. There we go. We can post on either lead, it doesn't matter. On a loose rein. Oh, canter, easy. Easy, there we go. Easy. Sorry, she's taking my posting as a encouragement to canter here, so. Okay. Oh. Very light use. I just sat down in the seat, dug my feet in, and very gently used my reins. So we're gonna ask her to move. We're gonna go to the right here. I think the dirt might be a little bit better for cantering and galloping. Not a super long way, but we can go back around and come back that way as well. So there we go. Yeah, good girl. I just give her a head. Unless she shows me that she's really nervous and she's tense in her body, then I'll gather up the reins a little bit so that if she wants to turn around and go home, I can easily correct her. She's not difficult to correct at all. So this is kind of hard here, but oh well. But she's quite relaxed now. She's just looking. So I'm going to ask her to canter in a second. I don't know what she's looking at, but that's a spook. On a loose rein. There's another spook. She comes right back. We'll keep trying. Trot. We'll just trot for a minute here. Got my keys jingling too. She sees that pipe, which she's a little nervous about, but I'll just let her watch. Let her look at it. I just have her look at everything, and she'll go up to it and check it out. Good girl. Licking her lips. So we're gonna go back around. You can see she's still on a loose rein. So, good girl. Of course, this ride would be just a little bit better, or a lot better actually, had I warmed her up and gotten all of our walk, trot, canter, back, pivot, side pass, done all that before I took her out to ride. Normally I do that just because she needs to be ridden, and I don't have long enough trails out here to really do justice. Dried corn here. There you go. Good mare. So I'm going to try and canter back on this to the right here in front of us. And then I'm going to ask her to gallop somewhere. I might go back around the same area. Oh, it's a little softer. This is pretty hard. Very packed. So, and she just had her hooves trimmed yesterday, so I did it. My farrier is unreliable, apparently. So I'm going to be farrier shopping here soon. Hopefully I can find a good barefoot trimmer. This guy does a decent job, but he doesn't come out anywhere near enough. And he doesn't put a roller on him. I usually do the rocker and the Mustang roll after he leaves. I have a hoof jack and it really helps. So we're just on autopilot right now. She's got a loose rein. I'm just kind of, we're just walking. She's much more relaxed than she was at the beginning of our ride. She's just looking around, and my legs are off of her. I'm not asking her to do anything. I'm going to ask her here to neck rein to the side. There we go. Very good. So you can kind of see I'm just asking with leg. She's looking at those rolls of, these weren't here the last time we were out here months ago. So we're just gonna walk past them, and this is the reaction you can expect, from her when she sees something that she's not sure about. She just looks, and I just let her take it in. Good girl. She's ready to move forward here. So as she gets closer, she's going to want to stop and look some more. She's not looking anymore, so it's time to go. There we go. Oh, and I want her to look at everything. Good girl. This is the worst it gets right here. This is the worst it gets with her. You've seen her at her worst. So far, a couple of little spooks. One while we were cantering or trotting. I think there was one where we were trotting and cantering. There were a couple while we were just walking. We're gonna walk by him, girly. We're good. I just point her head so she can see. There's a spook. There's a horsefly by her face. So, and she's gonna spook more when she's nervous, obviously. When she hasn't been ridden and she hasn't been taken out, she's alone, hasn't been warmed up, hasn't had anything done to her. Good girl. So, but you can feel it in her body language before she's about to spook. She really, you know, she'll tense up and you can kind of feel her get a little snaky. So, but she's very honest. It's not like she just goes out of nowhere. It's just, you just have to know how to read her. A big, huge horsefly on her. Poor mare. I should have fly sprayed her. He's not helping the situation right now. It's okay. Let's look. It's okay. Big, huge horsefly. So I'm going to have her turn her right eye towards them. Good girl. She licked and chewed. She's looking at him. I just give her a rub. Good girl. She's still looking. I'm not going to jump out and get you. Good girl. So, there we go. Licking and chewing. So, we're going to go to the left around this pole here, and around this box there's a white pipe that's going to catch your eye. Good girl.